Hello everyone, how's it going? Just finished that cup of tea. On to this video then. So this is going to be part 3 of the Jazzmaster journey. I've already set it up, I've added the stage trem, and a little bit of background to this. I actually filmed this part of the journey back in the summer when it was about 30 degrees. So that's why you can see me wearing my old kind of Nike basketball shirt thing, showing off my pretty substantial biceps, which you probably don't want to see. But stay tuned, watch the video anyway. So I did a bit of research in the summer about other Jazzmaster modifications, one of which was the treble bleed. In layman's terms, what this is a modification for your volume control. With passive single coil guitars, as soon as you turn the volume down on the guitar, all the bass frequencies go like that. And what the treble bleed modification does, it counteracts the loss of highs that you get when you put the treble bleed circuit in, as opposed to crushing in and getting just basically low end. Now I went for the Kinman treble bleed because it's the best kind of circuit if you want to get the best possible and balanced sweep of retaining treble, but not making it so bright that all you can hear when you turn the volume down is just like a kind of a tinny, trebly guitar. And all it is a capacitor and a resistor in series. And then that attaches onto the lugs of the volume control. So what I did first was unscrew the control plate and take the wiring out and have a look underneath. And then I attached some kind of test wires so then I could test out different combinations of capacitors and resistors. And eventually I settled on this one, this combination. Okay, so I did the soldering yesterday. The capacitor and resistor is into the lugs of the volume pot. So the treble bleed is working. It took a while, probably took much longer than someone who's got experience with soldering would take. Jesus Christ. Probably 5 times the length. But it's on. And I think the results are, it sounds a lot better when I adjust the volume. Also, I managed to use the treble bleed to good effect when I covered In the Mouth of Desert by Pavement. That really bright, aggressive guitar sound on the Jazzmaster is all due to that treble bleed being in when I rolled the volume back to about 4 or 5, just before that massive fuzz sound comes in. Also, as a side note, when I was taking the wiring out and installing the crocodile clips, I actually removed this shim, which I put in originally. I think it was a little bit too high. So the stage trem bridge was up maybe 2 centimeters or so. And what this did, this meant the clearance between the strings and the pickup was actually quite high, so I couldn't adjust it any further. So I actually reduced the shim by basically just cutting off the... That's a tractor going past. Yeah. This is what it's like living out in the country. Anyway, where was I? So I cut out a shim of this original one. So I just chopped off a little bit at the end, so it's still, you know, if I measure this now. That's 1mm. So I've got a 1mm shim, but it's just a small one. So the very edge of the neck is just tilting up, so the neck angle is less pronounced, let's put it that way, than it was before. What you can take away from this is that soldering isn't easy. A treble bleed is really good and very helpful when you can actually use the volume pot. And just play around with it. When I say play around, I mean try out different capacitors and resistors. So this has been a learning experience for me because I really hadn't known anything about treble bleeds until maybe last month, where I was, you know, diving into the rabbit hole of YouTube and guitar tinkerers. And it's actually been a really useful learning curve for me in terms of guitars and how they work. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.